Hello everyone, Virtual Emcee Thamizharasan here. In this live video, I am going to share the skills that are needed for an event MC who is hosting online conference event. We otherwise call it as the virtual conference or digital event. We otherwise call the MCS, virtual MC, digital MC, online MC, or sometimes as remote MC as well. So I'm going to discuss the skills that are needed. So basically, any MC you should have a flow in speech, whether it's an offline event or an online event. A flow in speech that's mandatory. So only if you have a content, you will have the good flow in speech. So initially, you need to prepare a lot of content. I'll be discussing about that little later. Basically, MC should have the flow in speech. Second thing, there should be proper modulation. You cannot be flat enough throughout. You need to raise your voice. You need to lower it down. You need to modulate it. All those things to be done so that people find it interesting, especially in the online event. If it's at least offline event, you can have a lot of body languages so that people get attracted to you. But in online event, most of the time, your body languages are not that visible. So you are going to control the audience with your voice. It's like an RJ, I can say. So you should have a proper modulation, and your energy should be maintained throughout, and it should be at high always whenever needed. Actually, it's always whenever your voice has to be soft. Voice should be soft. That doesn't mean that your energy has to drop down, because the energy with which the MC is speaking, the audience are going to be retained over there. So energy should be there, whatever it is, whether it's a lunch session or it's the starting of the session or the end of the session, or even if the speaker was making the audience bored, whatever it is. MC's responsibility is to maintain the energy. That can be, I can say, energy is contagious. MC should maintain the energy so that would be retained by the audience. And smile, of course, you have to smile whenever possible. It's not that always you need to keep smiling. However, if you have a smiling face, that's really good. Or at least if you forget to smile, like people like me, we very often forget to smile. So the pointers or the tidbits what has been given to me by my mentor is always have a sticky note in front of your system, like, or even if in your physical events, write it in cue card that you need to smile. At times you need to do that. So it's good that you always carry a smile, even if not, at least carry some cue card or stick it on your laptop or with a sticky note that you need to smile. And conversation style instead of reading it from the script. Most of the time, since it's online event, what we will think is, okay, we can have it in our laptop and we can just go ahead and read it. That's absolutely fine, but most of the time it shouldn't be very artificial that you're reading it. It shouldn't be very obvious that you're reading it, even though if you're looking at your laptop. For example, sometimes I look at the pointers in my laptop, but immediately I switch over to the the middle of the camera. So it has to be in a flow. It's not like just reading it from the script. It has to be in a conversation style. And always I say, whether it's an online event or an offline event, you have to be over prepared with the content. You cannot be just like that. If you're going to give an introduction for 1 minute, you cannot have just a 1 minute introduction. You need to prepare it at least for 2 minutes or 5 minutes, so that when you go in the flow without reading the script, even if you forget something, still you can give introduction about the speaker for a minute. And then presence of mind, which is a very, very mandatory skill for any MC. Like whatever happens, you need to observe it properly. Before presence of mind, I would say observation skill. You need to keep observing whatever is happening over there, especially in the online events. That's what I used to say. More than the physical event, online events are quite challenging, because you cannot step out of your desk. For every second you have to keep monitoring. Something happens with the technical issue, something happens with someone's voice, something happens with someone's video, or something goes in the chat, something goes with the trainer. MC has to keep monitoring everything. So observation skill is much needed, and presence of mind is also much needed, because after observing you need to take some action. For example, something happens with the trainer or the speaker. So in between, the MC has to come and fill the gap. In between, the MC has to say something to the audience. So this presence of mind is very much needed. And one important thing is the pronunciation of the name. Like when you get the script, just go through the names. Pronunciation should be good for everything, especially with the names. Especially when you host online events, you would be handling people across the globe, because at least if you are hosting in Chennai or somewhere in regional place, you know the names very well. But because of the online platform, you host event across the globe. People will be participating across the globe. So you have to make sure that you read the names right. So once you get the script, go through the name. If you are able to find it online, find it, or else at least ask the organizer or your mentor, whoever it is, just ask them how the name has to be pronounced. Or at least if you get a chance to interact with the speaker before the event or even before that, try to ask them how to go ahead with the name. And apart from this, I do have a couple of things which I didn't mention in this PDF. Actually, I'm reading it from my PDF, which recently I created it, and I had two more things. Let me read that as well for you. Yes, eye contact. Eye contact is very, very important. For example, right now I'm doing my Instagram live and also my Facebook live. I'm looking at my Instagram live camera, that is my mobile camera. Now my eye contact should be good. And for those who are watching me from Facebook, I need to look at the camera now. Now we can connect with me when I look at my laptop webcam. Same way, whenever you connect online, that's very, very important. Most of the time, I have seen so many people, even great trainers, speakers as well, when it come for online, they're not able to connect with people because of the eye contact, because that's the way the camera has been designed. Most of the time what we do, we look at our face or we look at the script, which means I'm looking down from the camera. Rather, if you're good at the script and if you're good even without seeing your face, then most of the time you have to look at the camera. That's sometimes tough, I would say. That's actually for VJs, that's easy. If you're an actor or if you're a video jockey, that's quite easy because you always look at the camera and speak. But for a public speaker or the trainers or whoever has been doing the physical events, for them they always look at the face. For example, when I'm looking at the camera, I just see how I'm looking, or I see the audience. But it's quite challenging to look at the camera, but you need to practice it, you need to record it, you need to play it back and see where all your eyes have been moving. So once look at the camera, once look at the screen, once look at the bottom of the screen, and then once you have recorded, play that and check how you have been looking, how your eye contact has been over there. So practice it. And last but not the least thing, memorizing the script. As I said in the beginning, you cannot just like that go ahead and read the script, even though you have it in front of you in the laptop, even though it's a digital event. Try to memorize the script. Have the script as a pointer. You can have a pointer, you can look at it and you can once again look at the camera and speak like, oh, I just have the pointer over there. Same way, don't completely depend on the script. Memorize the script as much as possible. That doesn't mean that you have to read it, you have to memorize it word by word. Just memorize what the story is all about. For every line, you should have one keyword. For example, if I talk something like, oh, I have 10 keywords over here. Like I have the pointer as a memorize, I have the pointer as a modulation, eye contact. So once I see the point eye contact, immediately I can speak at least 2 or 3 lines or even for a minute or 2 minutes about that. So the same way, these are the major skills that are needed. Apart from this, there are a lot of other skills also. But basically, when it comes for emceeing, soft skills, that was I meant over here. And also there are a few other skills like technology skills, scripting skills, which I would be sharing in my future life. You can contact me on my mobile number 900-308-7198, alternate number 86102-57395. You can get to know more about us in our website, virtualeventmcs.com. You can like our Facebook page, Virtual Event Emcees, and also you can watch our videos in our YouTube channel, Virtual Event Emcees, and also you can watch our other videos in our YouTube channel, Chennai Event Emcees and Chennai Event Emcees live videos. Thank you so much. Have a great time. Virtual MC Thamizharasan signing off.